Good evening, everybody. I'm filming this at 2:30 at night. Just got done with a report or part of a report, my section of a partner report. Been doing work for like the past week. It's been pretty grueling to say the least, but um, the reason I want to come on here is talk about kind of how to manage how I manage at least my relationship with Jesus Christ with all this work going on. And actually, my girlfriend Maddie, if you're watching, thank you for this, by the way. She gave me some good advice a long time ago, where she said that if you make time for Jesus, He will always basically like pay it back to you. Like He will always make sure that you will have time for Him in addition to all the other stuff going on in your life. So that's why I never feel like you're never too busy for God. You're never too busy for Jesus. You're never too busy for Christianity. He will always make sure that you can get that time in because He wants you to worship Him. He wants you to come to Him, to love Him, to serve Him, etc. So He will always, whether that's in one form or another, now that's very broad, obviously, and that could come in a variety of forms, and it may not seem like to some people that this is the case, but I like to believe it is. Maybe this will help some of you out there. I think that, like, in general, if you put the time in, then He will make sure that, like you don't, like, I guess, like, slack off or fall behind or whatever. I mean, at least that's what I personally think. Cause like I've been doing all this work, right? And I still make it to mass every Sunday. I'm going to confession tomorrow. Wish me luck. But yeah, still praying, still trying to keep up with. I do need to keep up with my Bible. I'm in the middle of Proverbs right now. Actually, a really good chapter, or a really good book right now that I'm reading. And then I'm gonna read. I finished Galatians not too long ago. I'm kind of skipping around, honestly. I feel like I should like be more like have a pattern. I don't have any pattern. I just pick whatever like looks cool next, I guess. But don't be afraid of losing your time in like your work or school or whatever it is in your daily life that you're required to do. It can feel intimidating, can feel like a lot, but it'll pay itself back, because ultimately, like, it's also important to remember that these kind of things, like, yeah, I'm studying to be a mechanical engineer and stuff. That's all physical, like dealing with physical matter, physical systems and whatnot. Those aren't gonna matter in heaven, though. Like once we're gone, like all this mechanical engineering, this is just kind of for here. It's not gonna matter in His kingdom. We don't even know what His kingdom is like, honestly. I feel like His kingdom of heaven is so great, and it's literally incomprehensible to the human mind. That's always been my take on it. Like you can portray it however you want, but it's just so good that the human mind cannot physically comprehend how great heaven is. And yeah, that's what I've always thought, and that's how I've always kind of viewed it. But in general, if you put in the effort to keep in touch with the Lord, then He will make sure that everything else gets compensated for. And either that might not be easy. That might be in the form of throwing a bunch of challenges your way or throwing a bunch of tests your way, trying to see if you'll stick with it. And like, that's not really up to us. It's kind of like, oh, we're getting tested now, I guess we got to lock in, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that in general, just stick with it, honestly, because the ultimate reward, a permanent life. Heaven is great, not because of all that. Actually, all that stuff I was talking about, heaven is incomprehensible to the human mind because it's so great. Yeah, that's true. But you know what's even better than that? The fact that you get to spend it with Jesus Christ Himself forever and ever, and nothing separates you from Him. You're fully cleansed of sin. It's literally like the best case scenario. You've literally won at life. Like, if you see you're winning at life, like that's actually winning at life. Like, for real, you've won at life. You won at this life, and then you get to be with him in the next. Like, what the heck? That is freaking, oh man. Just, yeah, I think that's worth fighting to stay by his side forever on this world, while we are here on this earth at least. Even if it wasn't on this earth, if it was anywhere, literally. I was watching a really interesting homily by Bishop Marmari, who was saying, like, even if I were to have to spend eternity in hell, if it was with Jesus Christ, I would still do it. And I'm like, man, like, imagine suffering, being willing to suffer in this dark place, but still be by the side of Jesus Christ and wanting to be there willingly. I think that's really a really special thing to think, and a really special thing to want, because it's unconditional, even if you have to suffer forever. Like, it's sad to think about, but like, that just shows dedication. That just shows, like, I don't know, almost like paralleling crucifixion, kind of, because that suffering was worse than anything we've ever had to, experience, ever will experience, ever comprehended. So, it's like, yeah. Sorry, I'm just rambling right now. I'm like, I should really go to bed, honestly. It's really late. I just finished my homework for tonight, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. I hope you guys are all doing well. God bless you all, and have a good one.